January, by the way, 30th January, by the way, is Alkaman's birthday, so it's coming soon. And we believe in connecting the global community through humanitarianism, and in doing so, we are fueled by the power of C's, care, connection, communication, creativity, collaboration, and charisma. And we have a motto, and that is empowering and being empowered. There are many programs and talk shows that happen under the aegis of Chilparco, and they are, I'll just name a few. That is mm, Wit and Grit show with Alka Ma'am, Kryptonite, Club Rejuvenata, Feisty Fusion, Book Wizard show like the one we are having now, and then we have Let's Chat Over Coffee and whatnot. And I'll also mention a little bit about our mission, vision rather, to make planet Earth a beautiful, bountiful, and blissful place to be, to celebrate uniqueness and diversity in all its myriad hues. Ma'am, would you please play the anthem?
Yes, yes, I'll do that. I literally got swayed. But you can talk a little bit more while I'm finding it.
Sure, sure.
I should have prepared it. My fault.
Yeah, yeah. No, 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 it's okay.
Okay, I'll
And
it.
our mission is spreading smiles, sanguinity, positivity, healing, happiness, self-worth through the power of C's, as I've already mentioned. A sustainable learning and growing environment for life, celebration of the power of a confident voice that motivates towards tenacious learning. This is our mission.
Shall I start it? I'm
And
sorry, Shamli.
yes,
Do I
yes,
start?
it's
Okay.
yes.
We also have Faiza joining us.
Welcome.
Oops, what happened? Oh God.
Chilparco International, connecting the globe through humanitarianism, fueled by the power of C's. Care, communicate, connect, create, spreading smiles, love, peace, positivity, enhancing self worth. We believe that. Oh, you are unique. You are unstoppable. You are unbeatable. You are timeless. You are tenacious. You are witty. You are winsome. You are gritty. You are wise. You are genuine. You are candid. You are charming. You are charismatic. Let's together keep shining and keep smiling to make planet Earth a beautiful place to be in.
Thank you, thank you. And a big welcome to our lovely, lovely Ambassador Faiza from Bangladesh. Hello. Hello, my new mom. How are you doing?
I don't know how to say it. Like it's a crazy life, with the baby. I barely can manage like 5, 10 minutes. She's
Oh,
like
yes,
always
yes.
with
You must
me.
invite her first, Shamli, because she has a little baby.
Okay, okay, I'll do that. I'll
Yeah.
do that. So let's start with the talk show then. Uh, on panel, we have today voracious readers, book wizards. From USA, we have Madam Ginny. From Bangladesh, we have AMB Faiza. Mm, from South Africa, we have Professor Dr. Mehrin Mia. Where is she?
I think she logged out. Maybe she'll join again.
Okay, okay, all right. And then we have from India, we have a young reading enthusiast, Radhika. Motivation, no, sorry. We have a principal, Dr. Rachna, and we have our educationist, Dhira, AMB Dhira. And let's then start with, yes, as you said, ma'am, uh, with Faiza, ma'am. Let's start with the discussion. We are going to discuss about the book The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. And let's say, not really when it was first introduced, first published, I fell in love with it. And of course, I recommended everybody just must read, must read. But I'm not going to talk much about my opinion because we are going to listen to the opinion of the speakers today. And then later on, I found out that there's a lot of controversy also is happening around the book. Some they are saying that no, it is uh, oversimplifying, uh, do not have young people will lose the motivation to really put in hard work and things like that. Let's find out today what is our speaker's opinion about it. Faiza Ma'am, shall we start with you?
Yes, please. First of all, thank you very much for having me in this beautiful forum. And I'm so happy to see you all, especially my beautiful Alka. And I'm seeing all the beautiful leaders across the world. The book today that we choose, it's really interesting. It has both like good and bad that, as you earlier mentioned, like people see it in a different way, that the young people will become lazy and will not do things. They will depend on law of attraction. I think first of all, I like the book in one aspect, and another aspect is that maybe you need to use your own mind. Everything you just cannot give on the universe to work for you. So you need to channel your energy. So when you talk like attracts like, hate attracts hatred, love attracts more love, which is true. It's just common sense. And the energy we release to attract something, in return we receive the same, or sometimes it can be double, which is true. So every action has reaction, if you see. And a law of attraction, I think that that has quantum mechanism to attract and channel your energy. So first thing, I think this is really beautiful idea and concept to develop your own mind and your unique energy. And how that works, we don't know exactly, but we are using the name of universe that is working for us. In a way, it's correct, but I think it's more than this, the divine power. So when I'm calling divine power, I think I'm addressing the God, the creator, that we have one divine power who created even the universe. So of course, everything has energy, everything vibrates. So definitely without energy, we cannot do anything. And energy never ends. That is another power through science we came to know. So what happened to energy if it doesn't end? It transforms into something else. It becomes something else. So that's how it helps and works. And one thing, I think the thoughts, how you process your thoughts, that helps to navigate what we want to receive and achieve. So yeah, faith, the way say you ask, you believe, then you receive, right? So it's like common sense, a common idea. You're asking something, but you are not acting on that, and you don't have that level of faith. How you gonna receive that? That is a question. So leaving your mind and letting it go with the flow is very important, but you cannot hold on to very tight, like, oh no, I want to become a writer overnight. It's not gonna help you to do it. You need to have that art, and you need to work on this. Then again, you have to have this much to channel your energy. Having that is to connect yourself. See, the frequency works to channel and connect, and you attract, you receive. How that works for us, because of this frequency. Without that, I won't be able to connect with you. If you don't have that, how would you understand what I'm saying? And human mind is so powerful when, because you see, per second, our neuron fires like billion. How many ideas? Suppose I'm talking to you now, I haven't thought of it 10 minutes back, like, oh, I'm gonna see her and I'm gonna talk about this. And the idea, you already said, oh, there is a rumor also, young mind will become lazy. They're gonna depend on this law of attraction, and they're not gonna do anything. They'll just, oh, come asking, sitting. It just need to happen for me naturally. So it's not gonna work like that. So that a thought, we see another interesting part here. We don't know where from our thought occurs actually in our system. It's like constant process, right? Here you use your free will, your conscious mind, and you basically have to be aware of yourself and your thought. The energy you're giving into your thought, that is coming into you. That is like you're adding value to this process to get the result. So yeah, the frequency is very powerful, but the another part here, like to reach that higher state, you have to this flow of energy of your system. For example, when we do yoga or meditation, if you sit and do, your mind is not rested, you will be disturbed and distracted by the chaos surrounding noise and all, right? You cannot reach to that state of mind where you really can get into and dive into your inner system, your inner wisdom. So everything is connected. And one part, that one aspect, I think, like relying on just believing blindly is also not gonna work. Here you need to be a little bit smart and wise and carve all your thoughts and ideas to get into that. And now the law of attraction, how that basically works, all by your practice. And some people said, like, you just do this, the energy will release and release, then you gain. But that is like, I saw some people to like having meditation sound, like rain sound, or it could be that. Have you ever tried that? Like, actually, that helps because our brain had that language of sound. Sound kind of can help you to take you to that peaceful state of mind. Then again, if you have chaotic sound, you also react. So I think everything is connected. And for this book, it's interesting, but not to take it so seriously without using your own mind. And I think I would like to end here. If anyone wants to continue with this topic, I would like to hear from them. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Faiza ma'am. To conclude, what Faiza ma'am has just said, that we cannot take the book too seriously, because in the book, the basic tenet, the premises from where it starts is that we are very powerful. We are the creator. So Faiza ma'am does not want to go along with that. She's saying action is needed. Indeed, action is needed. Only dreaming won't help. But then in the book also, she is talking about focusing and all that. That's sorry. We will carry on with the next one, next speaker, Jeannie ma'am. Would you like to start
Thank
now?
you. Thank you very
Add to
much.
the
I was aware of the law of attraction before I read this book, because I just read this book 2 days ago. Okay. Because I've been a practicing Buddhist since March of 1984. And a part of the main philosophy is a cause and effect. So sometimes we plant seeds and then later we reap the harvest. Like the Christians believe you reap what you sow, because that came directly from Jesus Christ. So I do believe that there's a lot of truth in this book in terms of the law of attraction, but I have one stumbling block, which maybe some of you can help me with. But this is what I want to say. I think our dear Ambassador Fazia is right. You have to take action. You can't just wish upon a star and everything just falls in your lap. But there are other times where I believe we plant the seed and something comes. Like, I've been concerned about something with my business and wondering how am I going to address this? You know, lots of different things. And all of a sudden, an email appears in my inbox. We want to interview you. We want to. So the seed was planted, and because of my desire, ask, believe, receive, this opportunity comes to me out of nowhere that I did not actually. I didn't go after myself. I don't even know about these people until I got this email and they're talking to me. Well, we'd really like to talk to you about this, and maybe we have things mutually in common. So I do believe in cause and effect and the law of attraction. I have a desire. I don't know at this exact moment in time how I'm going to reach my goal, but I'm going to work toward it in various different ways. And hopefully, I will draw into my life what I need. Now, here's the thing that I didn't understand from the book. So I'm hoping that one of you brilliant ladies will explain this to me, because frankly, it doesn't make sense. But I'm sure one of you will enlighten me. When we talk about what does the secret teach, what does the secret teach? And she says in her book, don't, not, and no doesn't count. It's sort of the same thing. If you say, I don't want to do this, you're saying, in her words, I want to do this. There's no don't or whatever, doesn't cancel out the intention. So maybe one of you can explain to me what that point is. But everything she talked about in her book, emotions, actions, habits, words, my career, my beliefs, my values, where I live, because we all have a frame of reference that is basically where we come from, what we learned growing up, what we eat. You know, I really believe that eating helps you think clearly. If you eat junk food, you know, not as healthy as other people. What you wear, you know, the classy dame in the hat's always got to have a hat on. All right. So who I spend time with, and everything else regarding my life. The law of cause and effect is very strict. The law of attraction is very strict. And as I said, you know, sometimes things happen to me that I set a goal for myself, but I don't know precisely at that moment in time how I'm going to get there. But I'm planting the seed and then opening up my life to attract the solution into it. So I believe that, but I don't understand this part about don't, and I don't know, maybe somebody's got the answer to that. Here, we talked
I
about
would love to. I would love
good,
to.
because
Uh,
here I'm going to do a little bit more. It says, don't,
yeah.
not, no doesn't count according to this. Don't, not, no, or any other words of negation. So in the universe, I don't want to be late means I want to be late. That doesn't make sense to me. So I'm going to turn it over you to Ambassador Fazia. Set me straight.
Okay. From my understanding, like to be very precise on this, the significance of not mentioning don't, no, don't, just to keep yourself into that positive affirmation. Because when you affirm, that works better. So when you sometimes, as I said, sound has energy. So our brain basically understand the sound and the intonation. When you say don't, you emphasize on that, right? So the aspect of saying it, like, to keep every thoughts and ideas that desire you have to achieve and acquire, where you can keep yourself very clear, and that is consciously, like, your affirmation should be positive. I don't like, oh, I can't do. So you cannot say that. Instead of you need to say it like, oh, I can do it, I'm gonna do it. That's very simple and easy. All I need to put little effort, you see. So that was whole idea of law of attraction. Like, you totally consciously eliminate all the negative and no idea. So that's why I said, like, when I say it's not about only believing in this, I love that book personally. When I came to know the Alka picked that secret, so I said, this sounds very interesting, because it has very beautiful guideline which gonna uplift your own idea and thoughts. It's gonna inspire you to feel confident anything you're doing in your life, through this book. But as you mentioned, there are few part that actually you are not gonna get it. How is that even possible for someone to always keep that in their mind? Oh, I'm not gonna go. Oh, I don't know how to do it, how to do this. Keep that thought. So here you need to act on your free will. Consciously, you need to practice. It's also that idea, like, oh, if you totally eliminate. You basically developing in your mind, giving all this idea as if it is happening. It's not like I will do. If you see carefully, it's like always current moment, you affirming in a positive manner. I'm doing it as if that happened. For a saying, we say fake it until you make it. So that's the whole idea. And what was your another point, dear um, Jenny? I'm sorry, I missed that. You mentioned another point that you wanted to know.
She
Well,
talked about why this negation. She is very confused about that. Why don't know why it will not filter into the brain. Why brain will not take into that. She's confused about
Why?
that, and she
Yeah,
was
that's what
hoping
I'm
that
saying.
somebody will clarify.
Yeah, because human nature is the practice and habit. You see, it's very difficult for us, even though we know it's good. When you do something new, your system always defends. For example, when you wake up and you go and brush your teeth, it's so easy. Even though sometimes in winter you don't feel like to get up, but if you have to do something else new, it's gonna resist your system. That's why practice is very important here. You need to use your conscious state of mind by knowing and understanding the framework of law of attraction. So that's why it's like one kind of methods to apply on this and achieve something out of through this formula. I think that's what it is.
thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. I hope that
So,
helps a little bit. I don't
Yeah,
Jenny,
know
it
if I
did.
could.
It did.
Was
Jenny
that
Very.
believes in the a law of attraction, and let me tell you something. Quantum physics is very tenderly taking baby steps towards it, and quantum
Yeah.
physics nowadays is saying that yes, there's a whole lot of knowledge in the universe, and we can tap into it. And our thoughts are very powerful. And yes, there is something called law of attraction. It is. I don't. I'm not
That's
saying that
what I
I
earlier
believe in that premise.
mentioned. Like it has quantum mechanism to process that thought process, frequency, and energy. See, everything is connected. Without
Yes,
one another, we are nothing. It's not gonna get anywhere.
right.
Absolutely.
Right. May I now request Professor Rachna Chakraborty to give her valuable inputs regarding this?
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Shamli Roy. Yeah, yes, I was just listening, Jenny ma'am and Ambassador Faiza ma'am. It's very nicely explained. But according to me, it was a great opportunity when Alka ma'am told, because I've really stopped reading nowadays due to the other admin work.
I
So I
love the
thought it's a
honesty.
I just thought it's great opportunity to again come back to books, and so I quickly got a grip and I started reading the book and found out to be more honest. I didn't come to the end of it. It's still in the midway, but yes, it really is talking very openly about the laws of attraction, which is right now I feel is connected with the youth of today. And I personally speaking, when I was going through the book, the lines which she caters with, the examples from the modern life, it is really relevant what we really need nowadays. So though the book was written in the early part of 2000, but still it relates and correlates with the people now. It's the idea which we can focus on the positive or the negative thoughts, which is actually corresponding to their our lives also. If I take a certain one or two lines from it, where I felt the writer was trying to talk about the belief that we will receive it. Of course, I'm not telling everyone, as already Ambassador Faiza ma'am also told, that without your own initiative, without your own feelings, you don't believe everything. But I believed it when I was reading it. I just believe that yes, it's correlating with me, especially certain lines from the book. I would like to quote Dr. Shamli Roy, if I have the freedom to quote one or two lines from the book itself. Can I go ahead with that? Yes, okay. So I'll just take one line. For example, the line which says, your life right now is a reflection of your past thoughts. It is so much in assertion to us, where we are continuously talking about it. Even being a teacher, I always tell my students that when the students keep on asserting themselves with the negative thoughts, they are avoiding the practice. They always keep on, for example, I'm very bad at maths, I'm very bad at English, and they keep on mentally being again and again talking over the time, and as a result reflecting that belief will happen. And it is that I feel that the writer has somehow tackled and given into something which we are really dealing nowadays. You're like another line sentence which I really loved when she said in chapter number 7 or 8, where she said, your thoughts become things. Yeah, isn't that very lovely or amazing when I say that? Thoughts are becoming the things. The thoughts we know always influence our action. Whatever we think, it becomes our actions, our decisions, our confidence, which always becomes into real outcomes. So if I say that yes, I can do it, then we start completely asserting to that. So the book, I feel, is quite relevant to the modern themes and modern ideas, which will actually shape our reality in the long run. And if we read more in depth about the book, we will get to understand many other factors which right now is needed, especially for the youth of today. They should understand it and not go be flown away with the thought and the process which has been directed in the book, but at least understand that yes, your mindset is what is making you into that book. So I feel what Jenny ma'am said, yes, that is there. We really need to understand. And when Faiza ma'am also said that she is trying to actually affirm certain things with the negative words. So it's like a positive affirmation coming with the help of negative words, and we make it something. When we are continuously, blabbering about something which is negative, 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 it becomes positive. We know the quantum physics also it speaks about it. So I feel that is the thing. If anyone wants to continue with it, with my point which I had just raised, I would be more happy. Thank you so much, Shamli ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, ma'am has said that it has got contemporary thing. The youth can gel with it. But at present, we really need this kind of motivation and things like that. And she reiterated the positivity that is there. And Rhonda Brown has talked throughout. She has talked about that only. If you watch the movie, also The Secret, there is a movie, yes, a
Yes.
documentary, very, very beautiful one. And there she said that at what stage of life she started writing this book, her life was a mess at that time, and how she picked up the threads of her life, and all she said that it is to this thanks to this positivity, thanks to this positive thought. Now,
Yeah.
Rachna ma'am talked about contemporary thing, youth, and things like that. So we have a youth with us today.
Yes.
So let
Yeah,
me
I would
let me
love to
just
listen
see.
from her.
Yes, let me
That
just see.
Shamli ma'am, that is why actually I was focusing, because we have a youth tonight with us, and I would love to know from her, how did the book really, made her
Resonate
gel
with
with it?
her.
Yes, yes, that is what I'm also waiting to listen to her.
Yes. So may I now invite Radhika? Shall we, Radhika?
Hi, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I think actually my opinion on this book is going to be quite different from like all of what we have been talking about today. I can't say I particularly agree with the theories that have been posited in this book, because I feel like this book would be good for someone who is in a especially bad place in their lives, or they're in a specific, they have like really negative thoughts about themselves. This book can help you get out of that place. But at one point, we are actually going to have to take action on our own to get anywhere with our life. And I don't think this book really puts enough emphasis on that part. Like, I feel like it's a little too positive to the point that it almost becomes delusional. And I think that if we're too delusionally positive about ourselves and about the world, that's just going to ironically generate even greater close-mindedness amongst people. And this thought that we have to always be vigilant and block out any potentially negative feedback, or criticism of our positive beliefs, that's not going to do us a lot of good in the long run. That feedback could be important to our work or for our health, well-being. It could be anything. And I think that improving our life would uh, it's going to involve a lot of work. So thinking that it won't, and that we can just dream that things are going to get better and automatically somehow we wake up to a better world the next day, I don't think that's how it works. Which is just, it's personally, is just my opinion. And I do also think that uh, you know uh, this book, if it was in the hands of someone in a very formative stage of their life, for example, if it was like with school children who are a little on the younger side, I feel like they might think that, I can dream about getting 100 out of 100 on my exam tomorrow morning and not actually study anything. And then, of course, that's not going to work out. Uh, yeah, I think that's it. There is maybe a little credibility to the fact that you know as humans, we have a limited attention span. So obviously we are actually always choosing the things that we are paying attention to, the things that are going on around us. So yeah, in that way we can choose to pay more attention to objects and experiences that will make us feel better about the world and about ourselves, and that's fine, but only to a certain extent. I don't think that I can use that approach for every aspect in my life, especially if I'm thinking about academics or employment or just work in general. I That's kind of it.
Yeah. Very nice. Thank you, Radhika, for putting
Thank
that
you.
output. But I believe that when we keep on affirming to ourselves, then that negative element goes away from us. That the negative thing, I cannot do it, which we had all put it up in our mind that I will never be able to do. I'm incapable. I am completely oblivious to all these things which is happening across. So all these things goes out and you approach the life with a positive attitude. And when once you do that, then everything changes. It's not that it happens because I'm continuously telling, it's because your attitude has changed to that perspective. And you have been completely from that negative world, you completely came up to that positive genre. You just came out from that negative thought process. I will not be able to stand up on the stage. I'll not be able to speak. I cannot do. So many big people will be there. And like which I tell my students, I am dealing with junior college students, 11th and 12th, where I believe that my students can speak. They feel that, nee, ma'am, I cannot do it. I cannot do it. I cannot stand there. But then when you give them that positivity, you just keep on telling, looking into the mirror, keep on saying yourself, you will be able to do it. You have to show, you have to prove yourself. And then these words, it keeps on giving you that positive vibration. So I believe that it happens, that magic happens when it's not that we don't study after that or we don't practice after that. Obviously that's not going to, in any condition, if you are not into that practical level, then nothing works out. whatever you say, it will be always going down for the negative trend. If we need to practice along with the positive assertions, which gives us that new life. So anyway, that was your perspective, and I truly, truly respect it. And that is what I want the youth to speak up, which they are not doing. They are cuddling up and they are hiding it underneath. So they should come out more and speak out what is exactly their requirement. So authors like us can create books and more about it, looking to their needs, and we too can pen down certain thoughts regarding their requirements. Thank you so
Absolutely. That
much,
is what the
Radhika.
platform is about. We have Energia International, which is all about the youth. And believe me, the talks that we've had in the past about with the youth have actually been eye openers. And I can never forget one of my students telling me that, ma'am, all of you taught us so much about winning that you forgot to teach us about failing. What happens when we fail? How do we react then? Because I went into a severe depression after that. So yes, we need to be. I was very impressed with what Radhika said, because she said something very realistic. So at that point of time, the way we tackle an individual who's going through this kind of a pain, she's right. It's just not words, at times which really help. You have to tell them, I don't know, you have to actually get down to their level and set, and, perhaps narrate something from your life. Because, see, if all of us have reached where we are, we have reached only after a lot of struggle.
Absolutely.
All of us, we have our struggles, and we will talk about our struggles, so that the youth can get inspired, and we will have a couple of youth on the show, and then they can also learn from it, because this is important. Affirmations do work, and I'm one big fan of affirmations, journaling, because I believe in this. And that is why we say spreading positivity, because if we start doing it and if we make it a habit, the thing is that we need to make it a habit, my dear. If you make it a habit, then it might take time. Like, you getting a good job will take time. You getting admission into PhD for English will take time, but it will happen. It's not impossible. It may seem impossible at the moment, but it's going to happen because you are saying it to yourself all the time. It's not magic again, but when it happens, it'll be something like magic. That's what the book, that is the best part of the book, because, it at least tells you that you attract what you think. It's like my 3 words. It's something similar to what Madam Jeannie said. It's conceive, believe, achieve. These 3 words are power words. So when we go with these 3 words, things are tough. And I also feel that if we just get things on a platter, we will lose them immediately. And remember Robert Frost, The Road Not Taken? I keep on saying this. Never choose the easy road. Always choose the tougher road. Why? Because then you learn a lot. There will be so many life lessons coming on the way that they will help you. They will mold you, nurture you into a powerful person who has powerful thoughts, positive thoughts. And because of those positive thoughts, you become a beautiful human being who is able to look at the world and say that I am going to be setting trends. I'm not going to be following them. So I loved your thoughts. I loved everybody's thought, but I just had to say, because I wanted to speak something for Radhika. So, my dear, it's lovely
And
having
I
you, and
have
you're
one.
definitely hosting
Thank
our
you so
next
much.
Energia talks. Thanks,
Can
Shamali, for
can I
introducing
add
her.
one more point here?
Yes.
I think the way
Faiza, can we
Radhika
do
said,
one thing? Can we
yeah,
hear our 2 speakers more, and
yes,
then
yes.
perhaps we can,
Oh,
because we keep on,
oh,
even
I
I did a
thought
wrong
like
thing.
my time is to take a leave.
Okay. So say it before you leave. All right.
Okay, so as you said, I totally agree, and the way Radhika perceived the whole idea, that is also fine. But here, one thing I think we all are missing, it's not only always like asking and doing positive affirmation when we're gonna achieve. Of course, one day we're gonna achieve. If it's not, maybe something else which meant to be. But whole idea is to keeping yourself positive
Going.
and having the attitude to deal with the failing, even if you
Yeah,
fail.
that's what I said.
If
Yeah.
the normal and unknown mind will be lost. They will
Yeah.
struggle. They might get into depression. So I think the whole idea of this guideline is to keep yourself uplifted and to know how boldly, nicely, beautifully you can tackle your failures even. So I think that was the whole idea. On that note, I want to say goodbye to all of you. I think it's my time. I need to go.
Okay,
Thank you
baby
very
Z,
much.
baby Zainab needs you now. We understand. But it was lovely having you, Faiza, and we're having more discussions at least twice a month. So make sure you keep on joining them.
Yeah, I will do that. Thank you
Yes.
very much. Have a
Thank you so
wonderful
much.
Thank
night.
Thank
you.
you so
Thank
much.
you.
Right, right. Can I now ask Dr. AMB Mehedin Mia ma'am to speak on this, to share her views on this? Dr.
Yes,
Mehedin?
sure. Thank you very much for having me. And Dr. Alka, lovely to be here. Lovely to see all of you. I know all of you except for Radhika. So Radhika, lovely to meet you today. I'm hoping that you're on our Energia group and we're going to see you more often because I love the vibe and I absolutely love the fact that you are happy to speak your voice, happy to be heard, and we are happy to hear you. So that's exactly what we try and push for our youth of today. So thank you. I love the fact that you don't feel the need to conform to what everybody else is saying. So I really respect that and I appreciate that. So thank you. Yeah, I listen to everybody very attentively. And I must say at the outset, this is one of the books that I love. I do. And I love it because there's a lot of lessons I learned from it. And yes, Radhika, it came to me at a point when I was having difficulties in my own life. So it did work for me then. But I actually use it now to enhance other people's lives, and not in the book itself, but some of the strategies I used from it that benefited me. And if I'm going to talk to yeah, Sister Jeannie, I just want to tell you something, Madame Jeannie, I love the hat. Okay, number one. Number two, when you talk about the don't and the no, I didn't want to interrupt because Faiza gave you a very as well, but just so that you can just maybe I don't know, I can try and explain it. If I am somebody who's going through a lot of pain right now, maybe I'm in a relationship of pain or something has pained me a hell of a lot. If I keep saying, I don't want this pain anymore. I don't want this pain anymore. I don't want it. What does the don't want it mean about actioning it? But if I rephrase that, I don't want the pain to, this pain does not define me. I'm actually saying the same thing in a different way. So when she says don't and no don't exist, if you don't want it to exist anymore, it's not because the words don't exist. They do. But it's how you're going to reframe it for you using it, that it doesn't become your plus and no and negative. It must be your pluses. So even if something is negative for you right now, your perception of that negativity is how you will react to it. If I keep saying, I don't want the pain, I'm still acknowledging the pain. I might not want it, but I'm acknowledging the pain. So my acknowledgement of the pain means the pain is still going to exist. I need to negate the pain, not what I'm feeling. So I must rather say, this pain does not define me anymore. I've cut out the pain. I'm saying that I am still important and I'm taking control of it. So that's kind of what I perceive that don't means. It's not necessarily just don't use it, it's how to use it. So I hope that kind of clarifies that a little bit from my perspective. The other thing I wanted to talk about is my takeaway from this book, and I don't want to go into more detail other than just to say, when you tune into a radio station, and yeah, some of us do have radios, right? If you got to tune into a radio station, you're literally tuning into something that you want to listen to, correct? You want to listen to that particular radio station, so you're going to tune into the radio to that specific frequency, and you're going to keep pushing that aerial until you get it loud and clear, correct? That is exactly what this book is teaching you, but not about other people. This book is teaching you that radio analogy about you. You have got to be able to tune into your own frequency well enough that you are able to see and get yourself loud and clear so that you can make those loud and clear actionable things happen for you. So you actually become your own radio. You actually define your own radio station. You actually define what your own program on the radio is, and you are in control of your own frequency. And ultimately, for me, the book taught me that. And when I learned that as the lesson, I take that into my positive life now. So I take it into my positives every day, because part of the book teaches you about gratitude and how you feel it and connect with your gratitude. So even if, in the face of massive adversities that you go through, you're still able to find that little bit of gratitude. And that's why, yeah, Alka knows I'm a firm believer of affirmations and, of course, journaling. But beyond that, this book taught me, it's, when she says the secrets, it's not about the book. I think, honestly, Rhonda is trying to teach us that the secret lies within you. Your success, your definition of your life, everything that you want to make of it, your adversities and how to get through it, whatever it is. Yes, there's the law of attraction. Yes, there's the ask, believe, receive. Yes, there's the law of gratitude, etc., etc. But ultimately, the secret of life lies within you. So your secret of success is yours. Your secret of your growth is yours. Your secret of how to perceive is yours. So everything about you becomes you. So your goal in life needs to actually be, how do I unravel my secrets for my benefit? Me. And that's not selfish. That's just me actually knowing I have one journey. I need to live my journey. I have to get through it. And therefore, I need to tune into my own frequencies now and again to make sure they're level, they're loud, they're clear, and then I can be heard. And then I can live my authenticity. I can live in my true self of who I have to be. So that for me is what Secret was all about. And it still is. So yeah, that was my little bits of take. But I love this book. And yeah, there is a second book, mind you. There's a Secret Part 2. I have to say, Dr. Shamali, I watched the movie, not liking the movie. But I tell you why, I'm just a book fan. Lots of books were made into movies, and I always tend to find that the book had more depth and the book had more detail. So I'm just not a movie somebody. But yeah, but look out, there's a Part 2 of Secrets, which might just help with some answers as well. So yeah, that's my take on it.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mary. Yes, the movie actually I liked it. Why? Because of the interview. The author has
Yeah,
talked about this only,
yeah,
that you are the creator and you're so powerful. You're so powerful. You can, whatever you want in life, you can create. That's a,
yeah.
that's a very powerful mantra. To tell somebody that you can do it, that's a very, very powerful thing. Wonderful, Madam, ma'am. And now, may I request Dhira ma'am to continue the discussion? Would you?
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Dr. Alka and everyone else. So nice to be part of this August gathering, and always, recharged, rejuvenated. It's an amazing experience to be here. Coming to this book, I really love the book. I'll be very honest. And the lessons I learned are as follows. First, it's about deconstruction. Now, let me explain it simply. Deconstruction is like if a pin has, pricked your finger, you don't think about the pin and the pricking and the blood oozing out. You start from the blood, the pain, the pin, and you. You deconstruct. You go the other way down. For me, this book teaches us deconstruction. When you visualize your success, let's just take an example, your fame or whatever you want, you start looking at it, going backwards and coming to the present. When you look at that success, that fame, in a positive way, you're going to work towards it. You deconstruct it. Okay, I want to reach there. So this is what I'll do in 3 months. This is what I'll do in 2 months. This is what I'll do now. It gives you that positive. When you have positive thoughts, your hormones are released, which enable you to look at things in a very objective manner, not a subjective manner, because you are happy, you are joyful, you have that. I mean, it's a chemical thing happening in your body where even if you're in a mess, even if you're in pain,
We lost connection.
is the positivity.
Okay.
And when the right hormones are released, you tend to look for solutions. You tend to find your way forward. Then the next thing is it has a ripple effect. Since I read this book since yesterday, I've been so happy. it has created a ripple effect in my family. And the moment I feel like, saying something like a remark which is not so lovely, I rephrase it. And it has a rippling effect. My husband is absolutely, I don't know, he's shocked, but he's happy. Instead of saying, oh, that has not been done, I removed the knot. Could we do this together? Could we just solve this? What a beautiful way of doing it. Third thing, when you go to a hospital to meet a patient, you always say things will be all right. You'll be better. Even with the terminal case, you don't say you're dying. No point of wasting my time. You still say, whatever. You may bring the Almighty in, or you may say divine things. You have hope, even for a person who's at the last end, at the last stage. So this hope thing gives you the power. It doesn't mean that life will change completely. It doesn't mean things will always be rosy, but it gives you the strength to face life. And when you have the strength to face life, your objective, you see it from a detached point of view. Okay, this is my suffering. Let me step out and have a look at it and how we can solve. So I think it's a very powerful book, extremely powerful. Just teaches you to move ahead, never give up, and how you do it, that's your journey, your story, and I'm sure we can all be part of it.
Thank you so much, Dhira ma'am. And you shared the power of visualization. I'll just share a little story. You can Google it. I have forgotten her name. There is a lady, I think she's from America, I've forgotten, and she keeps on winning lotteries. She keeps on getting prizes. And what is the secret? She was asked in an interview, and she said, I find out what is the prize, and then I see whether I really want it or not, do really need it or not. And if I want it, I immediately start visualizing it that I'm going to use it in this way. I'm going to hold it in my hand like that. And this, I never get a ticket. I never buy a lottery ticket where the price offered I don't like. So I want, I focus, I visualize. And I think the secret is actually that in the later book, she has clarified more. And in the last book, The Power, she has plainly written that yes, this is what you want, and this is the real secret. You are powerful, you are the creator. But of course, any book or anything in life, it has got many, many opinions. People may like it. Something I love rain, but people hate rain. I love snow. I chase snow, Genie. But he was saying in the morning, he was fed up with the snow. So
You can have
that is what
all
we are.
mine.
That is what one
I'll,
great man. One
I'll
great man
FedEx
was
it to you.
yeah. One great man. One great man was once asked, "Does God have sense of humor?" He said, "Of course. That's why He made so many kind of people." I think that's it. I think that's it. So
Yeah.
there will be no concrete conclusion whether the book is good or bad. But yes, there is a storm in the internet the opinion is very polarized, which I really don't like. We can create a balance. And yes, sometimes a book is talking about that whatever has happened in your life, you are the creator. Then a person who is going through, say, terminal disease or anything, a total mess, life is a total mess. The person will go into depression. So, he or she will think, I have done it with my thoughts, with my the way I've executed my life, I have done it, I am to blame. So that is a very, very dangerous place to arrive at. So that we have to take care of. So that's it, I think. Alkaman, please wind up.
Absolutely. It was amazing, phenomenal, priceless. What do I call it? You were all, I mean, such powerful thoughts came out from all of you. And I think it just makes me, it just reiterates the feeling, as Shamali said, that yes, having this book on my bedside table is always a wonder. And I'll share one secret before we all leave. Whenever I'm down and out, which happens to almost all of us, we're human beings, I just open this book Any page, I open it, and whatever comes over there becomes my message for the day. It has that power. And in fact, if you, whatever all of you have been saying, you go down to page 90 of this book, page 90, it's there, it's sort of there, it's a summary sort. And all that you said just now is over here. And there's one more line, like Shamali mentioned just now. The power is within us, so nobody can control it but us. But we must understand our power. The problem is we're not understanding our power. And I think there was another one from the US who said, Mr. Brown, I'm forgetting his name, that all power is within you. But it's very small words, and very simple words, but priceless, phenomenal, and precious words. Why? Because that is exactly what it is. It's our thoughts. Why are we giving our thoughts to someone else to control? It all boils down to that. But yes, everything that each and every one of you said was so profound, was so philosophical, was so powerful. And it actually, made us realize that yes, we are magical, we are powerful from within. And if we really want, we can create that magic. For some, it may take time. For some, it can happen sooner. But that depends on us. Like all of you have mentioned, that it's our actions also. I mean, we just cannot say that, oh, fairy tale. Fairy tale, Hansel and Gretel met this chocolate, they met that witch and they said, wow, chocolate, chocolate. But they go inside and they found out what the real truth is. It's not fairy tales. We have to go through hurdles. So if they had to get all those, that treasure that they found, they couldn't have got it without, those challenges that came. So it takes time. But if we remain positive and we talk about things that make sense, no, not, can't, why should I, it doesn't work. What works is that, yes, yeah, I may have to try a little harder. I'll get there. Simple, but it's effective. But all of us are like that. That's why we are who we are, transformative leaders in our own right. So I would love your opinions on what should be the next book that we will discuss. This time I started it off with a secret. Next time, put it on the group, what books you would like, and let's have our discussions. Because see, as responsible adults, it's our duty to pass on this legacy of reading to our youth. And Madam Jeannie, or no, Faiza said this, or did Madam Jeannie say this? That, I read this book, I started, oh, no, it was, I'm getting confused. Professor Rachna said it, that I haven't been reading for a long time and I suddenly got to reading again. So this is the power that books have. Best friends, always and forever. I always feel that way. But Madam Jeannie, you want to end with some witticism from you and say bye-bye to everyone and ask all of them to smile for the camera like you always do?
Well, I'd like to say two quick things. First of all, this is my first time meeting Radhika, and I just wanted to say to you that as a former university lecturer, I would have loved to have a student like you in my class because
Wow.
you demonstrated
Thank you so much.
real critical thinking.
Yeah.
And you made your case, and so I really respected that. And then the other thing that I like to just close with, those of you who know me at all or follow me on Facebook, and you're all welcome to do that, you know that I have a cat named Marmalade the Great.
Yeah.
And he's a big, giant orange tabby. And every morning I ask him, Marmalade, are you going to be a sweet boy or a rude boy today? I'm going to be a rude boy, Mama. Okay. So I just want to know, what did I do to attract this cat? I'm going to go explore the laws of attraction. Why did I get this little rude boy? Which I love very, very much. So I enjoyed this session today. I enjoyed seeing all of you. It was a wonderful, wonderful morning for me, and maybe night for you, but it's a wonderful way to start my day today.
And it's a wonderful way to end our day.
So let us get together. I'm going to take a group shot, and
yes, please smile your best.
I want to see plenty of teeth. Okay, ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me see what it looks like, and we may have to take
I'm
another
sure
one.
it's good.
Let's see here.
But
Okay.
Sister Mehreen, we must have our Energia talks with Radhika, and we need those powerful youth. And maybe Shamli and Dhira and Professor Rachna can ask more, even two each, not many, but at least 8 to 10 of them, and we can have some powerful discussion with the youth as well. So,
The
looking
picture
forward
came
to
out
our
here.
next meet. Thank you so much, Jeannie Madam, for that powerful Marmalade the cat, Marmalade the great story. And
Yeah,
thank you to
Marmalade
each and
is
every
great.
one of you. And please, when I share this video, please put it on your social media
So,
handles so that
also,
people,
before we go, can I just tell Jeannie something?
yeah,
So, Jeannie, I think at some point in your time, even before you read The Secret, I think you said ask, believe, receive, and you asked for a cat, you believed you were going to get it, and then you received it. So,
yes,
To
you're
be
right.
honest with you, one day I live in a house that was built in 1921. So it's over 100 years old now. And it's a solid brick house and it has 3 stories, basement, main floor, and a full attic. And one day I'm in my kitchen and this mouse comes crawling across my floor. Now, I don't like critters like that. And so I said, I'm going to the Humane Society today and get myself a cat. So I go in there and there's Marmalade laying out, and I look, are you a good mouser? And he said, yes, I am. So I got him, took him home. The very first day, he brought that mouse to me in my office. You wanted a mouse? Here's a mouse. So he has, he was definitely called in. I said I needed a mouser and I got one. But he's also a character. But thank you for saying that, my friend Dr. Maureen.
Wonderful
Thank
way
you.
to wrap up the show today. Thank you so much to our wonderful conversation host. She herself is a big fan of The Secret, so that is why I thought who else but her. And she did a great job. And Shamli, maybe you can recommend the next book to all of us. And let's talk about that new book also, because it's high time to do this. And let's do it as a habit now, all of us, in
Yes,
2026.
regularly.
Yes,
Regularly
regularly.
we should.
Absolutely, Professor Rachna
Thank
ma'am
you.
will definitely
Yeah.
do it. And we would appreciate powerful youth who believe in the power
Yes.
of reading, even two from your side to join us so that, we
Sure.
can
Surely
get to
will do.
more and more of them. We'll attract the people, the youth who are fond of reading, and maybe ask them to get more. And that's how the chain continues. So thank you once again to all of you. Please put the video on your social media when I share it with all of you, so that more and more people can see what a powerful talk we had and perhaps want to join us. They get tempted to join us. All right. So thank you so much, and stay happy, stay healthy, and happy reading, keep learning, keep growing. What's that? To strive, to seek, to find, and never to yield. That is what our motto should be.
Ulysses.
So, yes, we have miles to go. Again, I'll wrap up with my favorite miles to go before we sleep, and we're going to definitely get there. So, thank you to all of you. Love, take good care of
Nice to talk
yourselves.
to you again.
Bye, and
you.
see you super soon. Yes.
Yes.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you for the photographs. Thank you, Shamli. You did a great job. And Radhika, you were
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank you so much.
I loved having you. You have to join our, we can put her on the Feisty Fusion Council as well, because she has a powerful voice. Yeah, she should be there.
Thank you. I'd love that.
Great, great. Thank you, my dear. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.